In this video, I'm going to share with you how I went from broke to making $46,365 a month selling my own online course. If you're new here, hi, I'm Molly. I started as a broke college dropout. This was my POS car, and I leveraged that 81 cents into a multiple six-figure per year photography studio. Soon, other photographers started asking me how I did it, so I started to share my advice through free content online and paid digital info products. And I was able to grow that into a $2 million per year digital info products business. And now I help content creators and aspiring content creators just like you to grow and monetize your following with digital info products so you can help your followers on a deeper level and make a full-time living doing what you love. So as I already touched on a bit, my story starts back when I was dead broke. I decided to drop out of college. I was kind of forced to drop out of college because I was out of money. My parents wouldn't co-sign my loans, and I wasn't even getting good grades. So that's probably why they weren't co-signing the loans. So I dropped out. I quite literally had 81 cents in my bank account. I remember fighting with the bank to not charge me another overdraft fee. And what I did was I went to Vistaprints and I got free business cards with the Vistaprints logo on it. And I knocked door to door to door to make $200 per session until I got enough money to move out of my grandma's house. That snowballed into doing weddings and portraits, and that snowballed into getting my own studio and then focusing solely on portraits and beauty sessions. Once I grew that studio successfully to multiple six figures per year, other photographers started asking me how I did it. I started out doing coaching and workshops, but I quickly realized that I was already so busy with my photo studio that doing coaching and workshops wasn't the answer. I was just simply trading more of my time for money. And my problem wasn't necessarily money, but time. And so luckily, I heard from somebody else at a women's business conference all about digital products, all about how you can make passive sales online. You can create the digital products once, you can sell them over and over to help an unlimited amount of people and make consistent passive income. Yes, it sounded too good to be true, but once I researched it, I found lots of people making tons of money from this. We're talking six figures, seven figures, even eight figures from digital products. And so I knew this is what I needed to invest my time in. I needed to take what was working for my business and what I was teaching with coaching and workshops, but put them into passive digital products like ebooks, courses, memberships. And so that's exactly what I did. What I did was I carved out one day a week to start growing my following, because I knew that in order to start selling digital products, I would need a following to talk to. I would need a following to actually help and sell my digital products to help them further. So I was already super busy with my photo studio, but I told my team I am going to spend Fridays working on digital products and I will focus on the studio Monday through Thursday. So I stopped taking photo shoots on Fridays. I stopped doing anything related to my photo business on Fridays. And I started creating one blog post every single week because for this photography education business, I grew my following through blogging and Pinterest. Nowadays, I'm all about YouTube, and that's how I've grown my following for this business, but just sharing with you guys my story from back then. So as I was growing my following through blogging and Pinterest, within my blog posts, I always made sure to have opt-in forms where people could download freebies. You've probably done this before. You've put in your name and your email address and you've gotten something for free. In fact, I still use this exact same method today. And if you go in the description below this video, I have loads of freebies for you completely for free. We're talking a YouTube script template. We're talking a list of 54 different types of digital products. We're talking a free email list building funnel to move your followers to email subscribers. I got lots of freebies for you. So as I was growing my following and my email list at the same time, then once I had a substantial amount of email followers, I knew it was time to start selling my own digital product. Now I started out with things like ebooks and workshops, and one of my ebooks actually went on to do over $500,000 in the years that it was for sale. And I have since sold it to another photo educator since I'm not in that industry anymore. But the cool thing is that once I had these sales under my belt and things were going well, I was ready to scale up and sell something more expensive, something that not only costs more and will make me more money, but would also help people on a deeper level. And that, my friends, is an online course. The first online course I did that was a total hit. I remember making over $70,000 in 7 days. Yes, and I know that sounds insane, but you have to remember, I spent months building my following and email list. So this money was solely a math equation. A certain percentage of those people on my email list went on to buy this online course. I had earned their trust by sharing a ton of free information and getting them results for free over the months. So it's not crazy to make this kind of money when you're truly helping people and really getting them a result. What's even more crazy is to this day, I've done over $8 million in online course sales, and I've helped over 10,000 students all around the world. I love online courses. Getting started with an ebook or a workshop is the best way to get started because it's so much faster to create, but you can only help someone with one little problem at a time. A course can help someone with a really big problem. For example, an ebook might be one strategy of how to help someone book more clients, whereas a course could be teaching them everything: the business, the marketing, the sales, the posing, whatever you want it to be. And you can go really in depth because you're not just teaching them through one ebook or one workshop. We're talking several modules and lessons and worksheets. So yes, creating an online course is also a lot more work, but again, you can charge a lot more for it and help people on a much deeper level. And again, if you've been growing your following or you want to grow your following and you want to turn those followers into email list subscribers because you know that they are 40 times more likely to buy from you, then go in the link in the description below this video and download my freebie email list building funnel completely for free. Okay, so now that you know my personal story about online courses, I want to give you a step-by-step framework that you can follow to have success with your very own online course. Because quite frankly, online courses have changed my life. And I know the more people I help to create their own online course, there's gonna be more amazing education out there that's gonna help lots and lots of people. Okay, so this is my 3-step framework for creating and launching your online course and making consistent passive sales. Now, this is just one YouTube video. I can't cover every single thing I know about online courses, but I'm gonna give you a rapid fire, so get your notebook ready. Number 1, you're actually going to want to pre-sell your course in a pre-sell launch. Because look, a lot of people spend weeks, months, even years building out their online course, which is not necessary, number 1. And number 2, what if you spend all that time to build it and the product market fit isn't there and the marketing isn't there and the messaging isn't there and then nobody buys it? How devastating would that be? It would be super devastating. And that's why I teach my students to pre-sell. This is where you come up with the name of your course, the bullets, what you're going to cover, what's going to be in the modules, what's going to be in the lessons. Maybe you record 1 or 2 modules ahead of time. You sell people into the course, you tell them when the course is going to start, and you teach the first round live. Now, you can pre-record the lessons. It doesn't have to all be live, but you're going to want to do group coaching calls with these people. And what you're going to do is have the first 2 modules ready. Then the first week, you're going to release module 1. As they're going through that, you can work on modules 3 and 4. Then you're going to release the next week module 2. While you're doing that, you can work on 5 and 6. Depends how many modules you have. Maybe you only have 4 and you're already done. But you get what I'm saying. You're going to pre-sell it because this way, worst case scenario, if nobody buys your course and the messaging is off, the positioning is off, the marketing's off, you've only created maybe 1 or 2 modules, and now you can go back to the drawing board and fix your marketing before you spend weeks, months, years making a course that nobody wants to buy. Not only that, but you're going to create such a better course when you co-create your course along with your first set of students. So think about it. You're going to release that first module or that second module. They're going to go through it. They're going to have questions. Right away now you can say, oh shoot, maybe in the next module I need to cover this. I didn't know they would be confused about that. Because creating a course for what you think people need help with is much different than creating a course for what people are telling you and truly struggling with and needing help with. So again, number 1, you're going to pre-sell your course. Number 2, you're going to build and teach your course along with your students. This is going to save you time. This is going to save you money. This is going to ensure your course will sell and ensure that you create the best course for your students possible. Number 3 is actually automate. But you know what? I'm going to switch this to 4 steps because after the pre-sale, I want you to do a launch with a live webinar. Now, if you're totally opposed to live webinars, you can go straight to the automate phase and pre-record a webinar training. But I want you to do it live if you can, because this is going to help make sure that you know that it converts before you spend all that time automating it. Now, if you're not sure what a webinar is, essentially it is a free presentation with free valuable information with a little bit of a sales pitch at the end. So you're helping people, you're giving them free information, and then you're saying, by the way, at the end, I'm going to mention my program for those of you who want to learn further. And in fact, I even tell people at the beginning of my webinars that I'm going to be mentioning my program at the end. There's nothing wrong with selling. People want to be sold to. They want to get the help they need to solve their problems. So again, you're giving them tons of free value, and then you're simply mentioning your course at the end, and some people will sign up, some people won't. And once you've done that webinar successfully and it is successfully converting, then you can automate it. This is what's called an automated webinar funnel. And this is what you can do to send consistent traffic to this automated webinar funnel, which will turn those viewers into consistent automated passive sales.